Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another Guerrilla boxing video. Um so I wanted to talk about we got some, I guess you can say, some former USSR boxing news, and I'll cover a couple of different things basically. So it looks like Janibek will be back in action, I think in this November. This guy is calling out everybody. You know, I yeah, he fights in I believe in November. Uh, and and uh, something else actually happened with this. He's a, I think he's the full WBO champion. I think what happened is that he actually turned down a fight uh, uh, against Esquiva Falcao. I don't know if he's a mandatory or not, but but the thing is, he turned that fight down, uh, and he wants to fight for a unification, Janibek. Um, as a matter of fact, there was a Twitter back and forth where he said, if you want to fight me, first you have to be champion. Then we'll talk. I'm not interested in boxers without a title. I respect you, but you are no name in the world of boxing. I want to fight Charlo or Canelo. So, with that being said, it looks like he's willing to, uh, I guess, move up to fight Canelo, and you know, uh, he also said that Jamal Charlo is easy work, and he also has said that Canelo is easy work. Now, the thing is the thing I raise my eyebrows on. I mean, he maybe has the goods. Don't get me wrong. He may have the goods, right? But I'm looking at all his fights and there's no VADA testing. So I'm like, okay, well, this guy hasn't been in VADA. Um, some of his fights, I think I see a little bit of acne on the back. But I'm not trying to accuse him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say, okay, well, this means this dude is hot. I'm just saying, okay, when can we get a fight with some VADA testing, right? Um, and so it looks like on November 12th, he's fighting a guy named Denzel Bentley, a UK dude. Um, he's fighting Denzel Bentley. Uh, they actually call him boxing's most avoided, but I don't think he's avoided. I think just the money has to be right. That's the thing. Yeah, the money just has to be right. You know. Now, there was something else that was brought to my attention that makes no sense. You know, it makes no sense at all. But we're gonna get into it, and then I'll get into one last thing, and then we'll keep it moving. Just give me a second. Okay, so this makes no sense. They said, and this is my guy, of course. Everybody knows this page does support Dmitry Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev pretty heavily. Now, um, they are saying that Arthur Beterbiev and Anthony Yard are going to fight on January 28th. However, Yard will have a tune-up fight on November 19th. This makes no sense. I'm going to tell you why it makes no sense. Usually, if you have a tune-up fight on November 19th, yeah, you'll usually need a little bit of time to recover if that fight is going to be like a big fight. I think, as a matter of fact, after fights, I think the boxing association suspends you so you can recover, right? So, my thing is this: why would you fight like kind of right after you have a tune-up? Because yeah, you can say it's at the end of January, but usually what people do is you know, they have they have 8 week camps, and I don't know if the camp is going to be for 8 weeks. You know, because you have to figure in re, uh, recovering and things like that. Um, the thing is that they don't even have a dance partner for the um, November 19th date, and the thing is the thing is that with Anthony Yard, he was talking all that crap, talking about like I'll do it in the fourth round, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do with Joe Smith. I'm gonna do it to Beterbiev, and it's like, bro, if you lose against guys like Lyndon Author, who I've never heard about in my life, what makes you think you're gonna win against Beterbiev? Okay, Frank Warren. It's like I think Frank Warren just honestly wants to cash this dude out and feed him to the dogs because and I'm really hoping that in this fight we see some more of Arthur Beterbiev's boxing ability. That's what I definitely hope when they fight, is that we see that boxing ability. Um, and the thing is, I mean, how is he gonna win? You know, like this dude's gonna get like ran through. Okay, and it just doesn't make any sense. Even I'm even if Joshua Boasi fought Dimitri Bivol, it would be the same story. Okay, so it's just for me. I do look forward to seeing Arthur Beterbiev back in the ring. Don't get it twisted. I definitely look forward to seeing him. Um, and there's another guy from the Mountaineer region we're going to actually talk about a little bit. And inshallah, he'll be on this show soon. Inshallah. Inshallah, he'll be on this channel. Inshallah. There's another guy who actually fights at Beterbiev's weight. Um, and this guy actually looks like he is a more skillful and prefers a lot more boxing than Beterbiev actually than like Beterbiev actually prefers. Of course, he needs to have the opposition so we can see how good he is. And his name is Ali Ismailov, and I'm thinking he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be like good, and we need to see more of him. He is a mountaineer, so you know what that means. Those people are built different. I've seen a couple of his fights. He looks to have that defense and looks to have, some solid things. He's at light heavyweight, and he looks like he has some good athleticism. And it'll be interesting to see him more. Definitely, it will be interesting to see him fight more. Um, Now, last but not least, we also have David Morell. I'll include him in uh, the Soviet bunch because of the simple fact that, at one time, still the relations are good, but and this is another video in itself as well. But the Cuban system of boxing is very similar to the Soviet system of boxing. It's just more rhythmic. The Cuban system is more rhythmic. It's more, I guess you can say, more of a. It's still tactical and things like that, and it's just more, I guess you can say, um, fluid. But don't get it twisted. You have to technique matters on both of these systems. So yeah, and David Morell, he will be back in November as well. Of course, it's not against the opponent we would like to see, but um, David Morell, I believe, is fighting a guy from Kazakhstan. Um, it should be a good fight, nonetheless. I know this guy is just running through dudes. Um, but it should be good nonetheless. It should be a good fight. Um, and that's happening on November 12th, I believe. There's quite a few fights happening, to be honest. Yeah, he's actually taking on he's actually taking on your boss Newly. He's going to be a mandatory for his I think WBA regular belt. All these alphabet soup belts. And actually it's happening on November 5th. So, that should be a good fight, seeing David Morell. I expect it to end the same way as the rest of his fights end. He'll just pretty much walk through this dude, be aggressive, and take him out. You know, and so yeah, it should be good. But other than that, that's all I got for now, guys. Y'all leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Fuller signing out. Njadama.